All right, we are live on Twitter and YouTube.
Hi, Twitter. Hi, YouTube.
Ken here, Kevin here from Rebel Lance Radio. Ken, you go by Ken?
Yeah, Ken. Yeah. I thought he was doxing me.
Ken? Ken, social security number. No. Welcome to the show. Welcome to NFT NYC. How has your week been so far?
Amazing.
That's good.
Absolutely amazing.
We spoke briefly yesterday, I think. You're very easily recognizable by your attire, and you have a QR code tattoo.
Yeah.
Where does that
go? This is a great joke. So this is my first Bitcoin wallet that I ever opened in 2015.
Nice.
So, or 2016, early 2016. So late 2015, or whatever, 16. I opened up a Bitcoin wallet and I screenshot my public address and I had it, right? And a year later, obviously Bitcoin did fairly well that next year.
Yeah.
I went and got a crypto tattoo. I wanted to celebrate. So I got my first wallet I ever downloaded. I, wasn't really thinking too much.
Yeah,
but guess what? That was a Coinbase wallet.
Ooh,
so I don't even have the private
Coinbase
keys to this at all. Yeah, it's a Coinbase wallet. I forgot that the first wallet I opened was on Coinbase. So when I went to get the tattoo, I went all the way through my photos and my history.
Yeah.
Looked for the very first image from around when I got in, and yeah, everyone asked, "You have the keys?" Nah, dude, Brian does.
Yeah, Brian, can I get that real fast?
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
That'd be good. Anyway, so what brings you to NFT NYC? What makes you so passionate that you pay to get in here?
I did not pay to get in.
Even better.
That's a great actual story to tell as well.
How'd you get in here?
I snuck in.
Security?
No, I snuck in. Honestly, it's the truth.
12 days?
No, every year.
Oh, every year?
Every year since the first conference, I snuck into NFT NYC.
All right, take notes, everyone.
No, seriously, take notes, please. So NFT NYC 2017, I didn't know much. I just got in, and I was, never really traveled for anything before. Didn't even go to Comic-Con or concerts. But I wanted to learn more about this. So I just worst case scenario, I'll stand out front and meet people walking in and out.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just saw everybody walking in, so I just followed them. I'm going in, and I got in. And here's the crazy part. Jody, the organizer, he comes up to me. At the time, I didn't know who he was. And he says, "Hey, how you doing? How you liking the event?" And I was like, "Hey, man, you're never going to guess, but I just stuck in. I just walked in. And
my God.
I can't believe how amazing this event is.
Yeah.
This is my heaven." I was going off about how great it was. I didn't know who he was. But I was just I can't believe I got in. I didn't think I was going to make it through the doors. And he was like, "You don't have a ticket." And I was like, fuck. He was like, "Come with me." Jody's a pretty physical person. He likes to hug and shake. So he grabs my arm, and in my head, I'm thinking it's more aggressive, but it was loving. He said, "Come with me."
Yeah.
And he brought me to the booth to register, gave me a ticket, wrote my name down, gave me a hug, and said, "Enjoy the show."
That's amazing.
He personally has invited me every year since.
So cool.
And I've been on stage about every other NFT NYC to talk about stuff that I've done in this space. So,
That's so cool.
I love this event because it is one of us. The event itself is one of us.
Yeah, it's my first year here, but I definitely get that feeling.
It's an awful introduction, I'll be honest. This year is not the year, but
So I hear, but I'm having a good time. So if this is the worst of the years, then I can't even imagine how awesome the other years were.
I can't even call it the worst because we have top quality. It may not be quantity, and that's where
right.
I'm sure projects that paid for booths want numbers.
Yeah.
But people like me networking, we want quality.
Yeah.
I don't want to meet 10,000 people and only 10 of them be worth my while after the conference.
Sure.
I've only met 100 people here, but every single one of them I have to reach out to when I get home.
Yes, that includes us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. And so when you've been on stage and you've talked, what are some of the topics that you've talked about?
I actually created an NFT business card in 2017 where the NFT was my business card, and I personally gave it to people to their MetaMask wallets, but there was more to it than just that NFT.
Right.
I had a proof of concept running in it. Every person I gave my NFT to was in person at NFT NYC, actually, and I got to monitor their wallets through that asset. So I met all these CEOs and said, "You're a CEO, can I give you an NFT? You're a CEO, can I give you an NFT? You're a founder, can I give you an NFT?" So I have all these whales, not ETH, basically having their phone number.
Right.
And then I wrote out a strategy for that where if you're a pizza store and you give somebody your NFT business card, you can airdrop them an NFT redeemable for a free pizza
coupon.
Or you can have a partnership with the ice cream shop down the street. So if you have my pizza NFT, you show it to them, you get half off dessert.
Right, a little affiliation.
So gamified it. Also using it as a means of spamming. You have permission to airdrop to these people, right?
Yeah, nothing's stopping you.
Right.
That's great.
Permissionless, but I mean, since I know you and you have this asset, it's just like me texting you. but instead of texting, I'm airdropping.
Yeah. And what was your intro to NFTs? If you were here in 2017, what were NFTs like then?
I was actually in crypto in 2015, and I got getting into like the space in 2016. My introduction to NFTs were something called color coins, which were originally a Bitcoin, you want to call it like a shitcoinery thing happening, right? So when I started seeing like Bitcoiners doing one of one unique things with Bitcoin, it was like, whoa, color coins are amazing. And then Ethereum came out with their ICOs, sub tokens, and then ERC 721, ERC 1155. Then we got the word NFT to finally stop saying all these numbers. But my introduction was way before the concept of it, and playing games where I was buying skins and stuff. I always had that thought of digital assets, where it's like I own that, but like. If that game goes out of business, where can I use that $100 skin that I bought?
Exactly, it all goes away.
Or if I buy the game on Xbox, their cloud, and for some reason their servers get shut down, hacked, whatever. Where's my game? How do I say I own it if I don't have access to it at all times?
I mean, that's kind of like the thing with Coinbase, right? It's like Coinbase is holding your coins. If Coinbase goes out of service overnight, it all disappears.
Don't talk about it. It's making me nervous.
It's going to be great, I promise.
That's our Mt. Gox, dude. If Coinbase has any issues, dude, that's game over.
Yes, no more Mt. Gox.
It'll take however long it took Bitcoin to get to this point, double it just to get back to this point.
I think
it really would. It would take about 20 years just to get back to a conference this size again.
What is it about crypto from 2015 that resonated with you to think like, hey, this is an area that I want to grow in my life?
That's a really good question, because for me, it comes from the legacy industry. I could care less about money, dude. I still could care less about money. I wanted to participate in something, and somebody told me no. And it pissed me off to a point of vendetta. I was vindictively doing crypto just to say fuck TD Bank and fuck TD Ameritrade and all of them, because I wanted to invest in something for the first time in my life. I was in my 20s. I was making 6 figures a year fixing cell phones and stuff. And I was like, I'm an adult. I have a beard. I should be doing grown-up things with this money and not buying candy. Like, that's all I was buying was candy and paying rent,
Some good self-reflection.
Right. As soon as I looked in the mirror and saw the beard, I was like, shit, I got to grow up. So I was like, invest, right? And I was thinking, what can I do? All this, I needed something interesting. So I saw Snapchat was going to do an IPO. I saved up cash. Had about 5-10 grand in cash. It was a $2 to $4 IPO. Public, it went $25. But here's the story. I walked into TD Bank with cash, went to a bank teller and said, I want to buy stocks.
Oh boy.
I'm dead serious. I didn't know anything.
What'd they tell you?
They laughed at me. And they explained what accreditation was and all this stuff. And I had to actually sit in a room with the guy who talked down to me as if I was his 5-year-old son. But I'm in my 20s. And I felt so belittled because I didn't know this really dated information. It was very secret. It's not like you learned it in middle school and you forgot it, so you're a dumbass. Nobody ever told me it, but I was treated as if I should have already knew it. So when I walked into the bank with the cash to buy the Snapchat stocks, everything... Really, I was so upset because I was so involved. I did my DYOR. They had an agreement with the Winter Olympics. They were doing the vending machines with the spectacles that had the camera built in, which Ray-Ban does. So I was like, I'm going to moon, baby. And they said no. And I saw when it went live how I could have became accredited. Just with the amount of money I had and where I wanted to get in, I could have became an accredited investor. So when Vitalik hit up BitAngels and they came out with the Ethereum ICO, and they said, you don't have to KYC, no accreditation. Sign me up. I'm in the ICO. I couldn't get in the IPO, but I could get in the ICO. So that was my introduction sort of to like that. Crypto and everything was more like the permissionlessness of it, just like walking into a conference.
Interesting. And to you, if you've been in the space since 2015, what is that, 9 years ago? Where do you see things 9 years from now? Where do you see you? Where do you see the space?
Ubiquitous, as we don't really have conferences that highlight the amazing technology that is plumbing. Having a toilet, being able to flush your shit and have it go, and that is the best
we need to talk about that more.
Basis. But we don't give it the credit it's due because it's ubiquitous. We're used to it. We expect it to be there.
And I think
blockchain,
a lot of it,
crypto, NFTs will get to a point just like that where it's It's like the fax machine.
Yeah, it's like email, right? It's like, okay, just email me.
About email.
Like, nobody even cares how it works. Nobody cares how the internet works.
Well, also it'll be ingrained, just like some technology has been ingrained, like ancestral habits have been ingrained. You see a lion for the first time, run. Instincts kick in. No ancestors had to tell you. Your parents didn't have to raise you to run from lions. You never saw one. You see one, your instincts say run. You hand a 5-year-old an iPad, their instincts say swipe.
They know it.
They know because it's in the culture of what's. So I think what's going to happen is the intuitiveness that being able to hand a 5-year-old an iPad, you're going to be able to hand a 5-year-old a smart contract, and it'll be just as conveniently used, just as profitable for their growing up with the technology. So there'll be developers by nature, like us growing up with MySpace. Facebook and Twitter actually ruined a generation of coders. We were all coding Java, HTML,
we were
C++
making our backgrounds
for
on MySpace. Sparkle,
we were going to become the generation of a nation of geniuses, savants at a level unseen before. And then they dumbed it down and said, here's Facebook. And we all ate the fucking cookie, bro. We're like, thank you so much. And it dumbed us down.
1 billion people.
But what we're doing with this tech now, the kids are just going to be like that next generation, where it's coding is going to be writing. Do you know how to write in cursive? Do you know how to code in Java?
Yeah.
It's just as accepted.
No, I like that idea. I have some young kids. I like the idea of them growing up and learning about smart contracts and learning how to make a smart contract as an example for something, as a project for school, because that will be their future at some point. So great, good stuff. What's your goodbye message to our audience here? What do you want to say?
I want to show the company that actually helped me get out here.
Show it up.
Asvoria.io. I love those guys. We're building out a metaverse incubator accelerator. Basically, it's like GoDaddy for Web3. If you want your own metaverse, your own token, your own NFT, and AI integration, would you like to have a podcast venue that people can actually attend instead of sitting at home watching it on YouTube in 2D? We are the GoDaddy simplification of all of that.
I love it. Thank you. And where can people find you?
Ken Bozak or Kenneth Bozak on everything from OnlyFans to Twitter, MySpace. You can find me anywhere.
All right, good. Well, go check out his OnlyFans, and thanks for checking out Rebel Ants Radio.